Well, our guys are working hard, and I've said that since this summer. Their energy level's fine, their competitive nature is pretty solid, they're coachable, but we have so far to go in regard to probably about 3 areas: playing with more physicality, number one, playing through fatigue, number two, and then just learning to play fast while still valuing the basketball. Our turnovers right now are just atrocious. We want to play with pace, with tempo, and get up and down the floor, but on the flip side, we're just giving the ball away too much.
How much of that you think is, learning a new system as opposed to just, individual playing habits?
Well, I think it's probably three things. First of all, we don't have a true point guard, so that always hurts your ball handling ability a little bit. It's, again, guys playing faster than they've ever played before. And then when guys get tired, they lose their mind. They go out of character and make decisions they normally wouldn't make, and don't value the basketball or give in to the defense being physical while being guarded. So it's probably a combination of those things right there.
Donnie, with those turnovers, is there kind of two sides of it, and you don't want to see the unforced ones, but you do want to see your guys forcing turnovers and generating some with their defense, right?
That's the biggest thing, I try to say is, look, the turnovers that we have, I want them to be attacking, aggressive turnovers. When you may be driving the ball and you get a piece of paint and trying to pass it out for a kick-out three or a help-up layup and it happens to get deflected. I can live with those things, but when you're on your heels, the pressure's speeding you up, so you transfer the ball what we call above our head rather than below your knees, and you're back on your heels, and now the defender can suck into you, or you're just tired so you make a bad decision. Our rule is we don't enter the ball to the post unless you're free throw line or below to improve that angle, and guys are trying to enter the ball from way above the free throw line, and so things of that nature are what's frustrating.
How is defensively, how close are you to maybe feeling like they have a solid grasp of what you want to do? Or
I'd say we're probably 60 to 70%, Ben. I think, we're picking up our presses and being able to match up in the press, different things that we do fairly well. Our zone defense and matchup zone has gotten progressively better. There's a couple of nuances with it that, when we go man-to-man and recognizing certain situations to be in man-to-man that we haven't picked up real well yet. But it's repetition and film work, and we're certainly progressing there.
How is Josh doing kind of going into that point guard role?
Well, Josh has been solid. The one thing I'll continue to say about Josh is he's an unselfish guy. He's been a very good leader. Our younger guys look up to him, and so when he makes a mistake, you constantly hear his teammates saying, you're okay, you're okay. And it's not his natural position, but I think he's embraced it. He had a pretty good he only turned it over twice in the scrimmage, which isn't bad. On the flip side, he didn't have any assists, so he's getting the ball to the paint sometimes for a tough shot himself. We want him to be able to kick those balls out and make a teammate better. But so far, so good.
You said last week that Hubs was acting as if he had the weight of the world on him. When you talked to him about that, what difference have you seen in him since then?
Well, the biggest thing is Robert just has to relax and be a basketball player. I think so many times in this crazy business when young people get influenced or drugged down, for lack of another word, by expectations, whether it's from the fans or friends or a girlfriend, whoever. And we're just going to continue to talk to him about being who he is and taking baby steps toward progressively getting better, and I think he's doing that.
Coach, you've talked about, you guys being picked to finish at the bottom of the SEC, but what are your expectations for this team this year?
Well, my expectations are to win every game. I want to be 31-0, and that's the way I've always coached, and I think that's why our teams and the programs I've been in charge of have probably overachieved every single year. With that being said, realistically, we're the least experienced team in our league, one of the least experienced in America, and we're picked toward the bottom of the league for a reason. But I never want to put a ceiling on any team and say we can only achieve this and we can only achieve that. We're trying to get better and better every day and be competitive every night we play.
Do you mention those expectations on the outside of the players so they can use it as a chip on their shoulder, or do you ignore it, or how do you address that?
Yeah, we've talked about it, not repeatedly or over the top, but we certainly want these guys to be well aware of what the outside world thinks of us. And then, you know, it is what it is. If we can talk about it and we can have a chip on our shoulder and all those things that sound fantastic, but at the end of the day, if we don't go out and practice the right way and then compete and perform, you know, the right way when we play, all the talk is for naught.
Can we get a Dominic update, just conditioning wise? Where's he at this week?
Yeah, he's you know, he's lost a bunch of weight, so I'm proud of what he's done. He's lost about 21, 22 pounds. But the biggest thing is maybe it's even more mental than it is physical. He will not push himself through fatigue. He was pretty good in stretches and in spurts during our scrimmage, did some nice things, but as soon as he gets tired, he just literally will not push himself to move, and then it's a late rotation bang three. It's a missed block out, tip in, and you know, he gives up 4, 5, 6 points before you can call timeout to get him out of the game. So these aren't things that we don't talk about endlessly to Dom. He understands it. He gets it, but now he's got to get it to the floor.
How close is Tariq to maybe being in part of your rotation?
Well, he's right there. You know, he's in a battle with guys like Dom and Jabari and even, you know, Derek Reese has been in and out of that top, what we'd call 7 or 8 right now. So there's a long way to go, and it'll continue to change probably right throughout the season or all the way through the season. But he brings some things to the table, especially at the defensive end, that can and I hope will help our team.
With Armani's toughness and physicality and defensive leaning, he would seem to be like the perfect fit for your system.
Well, he is. He's a tough kid, and I've said that repeatedly. He's a guy that's bought in with both feet. He's an attacking guy by nature at both ends of the floor. He's got the strength and physicality we like, and you know, he should. He's a junior in a high major Division I program, so he should be ahead of some of these young guys, and right now he's doing well.